Yo, what up though? GeedyP in the building, New Orleans, what's happening?
Whoa, what's up, Big D? Come and show some love to you coming down out here in Dallas, Texas. Much love to your hometown too, Detroit. I've been a big fan of yours. I always want to be on your show, your YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm a big fan, and happy birthday too. Shout out to you for interviewing me on your birthday, bro. I really appreciate it because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here doing this with me, and so shout out to the Virgos and happy birthday to you.
Hey man, I appreciate that, man. And we enter into the mogul state of mind, man. Like our first time sitting down, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get a chance to just go on a journey. Like I remember hearing about you and seeing about you in Say Cheese when Sean was really heavy going into New Orleans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Big on that scene. He loved New Orleans. And that's when I see GeedyP kind of start popping up. Like people kind of looked at you as like the hip hop historian, the historian for New Orleans.
Right.
That kind of bridge the gap, especially for people that is not from there. You give a lot of game about the city.
Right.
Like if you were to define yourself or what you feel like you are to the city of New Orleans and what you do, how would you define GeedyP?
I think Lil Yah said hip hop almanac or something like that. He called me before. I don't know. I mean, Sean gave me the name of spokesman. I feel like I do speak up for the people, and that was my my Instagram name, GeedyP Speaks. So I feel like I just speak up for the people. I feel like I speak up for hip hop in New Orleans, and we got so much history and so much culture in the city. And hip hop, New Orleans hip hop is a small part of so much culture and history we have. But I feel like for my generation, I had to be the one to do it, and I feel like I could articulate myself well enough to do it, and I'm knowledgeable enough. And I'm not afraid to say how I feel about things.
So go ahead, my bad.
No. So that's how I feel about it. That's what I guess I feel like my role is, and I feel like it was needed. I felt like what I was doing was needed, and I see a lot of people love what I do, so I kept going and stuff like that, and it just turned into this. Now I'm being interviewed by you when I was a fan of you before I even got posted on Say Cheese and stuff like that.
Hey, man, well, I appreciate you tapping in. A lot of things to unpack today, man. A lot going on in the culture. Definitely want to go down the historical road of New Orleans and its contribution to hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, but I want to get on the current topic right now.
Okay.
Terrance Gangsta Williams, Gangsta home.
Right. Giggity.
And people are divided.
Right.
People understand that Gangsta was sentenced to a life sentence in prison.
20, I think life plus 20 or 25.
Life plus 20, and then next thing you know, he's checking out. And his story is that he gave up some information on murders for people that was already dead.
Right.
People took sides on that ain't snitching.
Right.
His brother felt like it was snitching, Baby.
Right.
When he first heard about him getting released, and it was like Baby and Slim brother coming home, Birdman denied he even had a brother.
Right.
What is the take being in New Orleans, like the temperature on the street as far as Gangsta being home?
I mean, like I said, I be seeing some people in the comments saying, man, he told on dead people, that's cool. I would have did the same thing. I'm not into the street stuff, so I don't care about it as much. But for wise, you ask me my opinion on it. I feel like Baby, like Gangsta said, we made the rules, and I broke the rules. He told on dudes that he felt was dead. Keefy D did that with Tupac murder, telling on his nephew Orlando. And he got immunity for that, but that was somebody like Tupac. He told on some guys murders that was dead, and I just don't feel like that was the way you do it or whatever. I felt like if you're telling, you're telling. So he probably felt like they was dead, but we don't really know because the seals of his case seals are filed by a judge, I think. So we only really going on what he told us and some of the stuff or whatever, like the stuff that seal will really never really know. But I do know that certain people are divided, and like I said, Birdman happened to be one of them, and some of the dudes he grew up with, because they built their name up in the streets so long to have that solid street credibility to lose it that quick, because you could build up a reputation and lose it in a moment. And Gangsta don't feel good where he could walk through New Orleans or those neighborhoods in the Magnolia freely like he once did when he was the man. So he made his bed and he got to live with it. And like Jay-Z said, the label of a snitch is a lifetime scar. You always be in jail, just minus the bars. So I feel like some people feel like they would have did the same thing telling on somebody dead. Some people feel like don't do it at all or whatever. If you're gonna do it, you got to take your lick, because they got people that's notable, notorious dudes, and I'm not gonna say their name, that's doing a lot of time in New Orleans, and people know them, recent dudes and dudes that's been doing time since the 80s or even before that, and they probably could have told on murders and went home too, but they still trying to find a loophole or something in their case a error, a constitutional thing in they thing where they could find a new way to come out of jail the right way legally instead of I guess telling on somebody. So.
Yeah.